Hey everyone, if you've been thinking that something's missing in your outfits as we've segued into warm weather and summertime fashion, you might be right. I don't know how many of you have heard about this. It's called the third layer rule, and it's something we use in the fall and winter or colder months to instantly zhuzh up any outfit. What it basically means is if your top is one piece and your bottoms are a second piece, to add a little extra flavor to an outfit, you add a third layer. A jacket, a blazer, belt, something, just one more thing. Easy to do when it's cold outside. It is a struggle during the summer. So if you're like me and you're thinking, I like this outfit, but it just needs a little something else for visual interest and or for functionality, you are in the right place. I have 7 essential pieces that you should have in your summer wardrobe collection to add that essential third layer to any of your outfits. If you're interested, keep on watching. So I have 7 pieces that I think are essential to add that little extra something to your wardrobe. As I walk you through all 7 pieces, I will have it numbered up here on the screen, which corresponds to those same items down in the description box. And then I copy all that information and pin it to the very first comment in the comment section. So if anything that I'm showing you here as an example is something that you're interested in to shop, absolutely go check those suggestions out. But these are suggestions. As much as I appreciate it when you do use my links, I think it's also important to set budgets and use what you have in your closet as well. In this case, as with the next 2 examples as well, we are looking at not just style, but functionality. Because if you're like me and you live somewhere hot, when you're outside, it's sweltering. When you go inside somewhere that's air conditioned, it's suddenly inside a freezer. So not only are these next 3 items great to zhuzh up your outfit, they're also helpful to have on hand so you don't get frostbite. So lightweight cardigan or sweater serves as just more of a focal point. It breaks up the top and the bottom. You can wear it a couple of ways. If you're really into the trend of the coastal preppy look, the quiet luxury aesthetic, or you just like more of an old school classic look, just a drape over the shoulders. If it's a solid sweater, you just drape it over. You can tie it or not tie it. And don't let those natural fiber materials scare you off like cashmere or wool. They are naturally temperature regulating fabrics. You can wear wool and cashmere in the summer. Of course, it would be excellent if you could find a sweater or a cardigan that is made of either cotton or linen or a blend of the two. That is my perfect combination for warm weather layering. Another way to look at the lightweight cardigan or sweater, especially if you have it tied, is it's almost like a very functional statement necklace. The second essential I want to talk about is a lightweight jacket. It is different than a sweater or a cardigan. In this case, it is a lot more about the silhouette. You're not going to be tying it around your neck like you can with a sweater or the cardigan. It is important to look at the material and the silhouette. We don't want to add too much bulk here because it is going along the sides of your body. Key materials, again, are things like Tencel fabrics, linen, lightweight cotton. A utility jacket or a blazer is ideal. If you are living somewhere that gets a little chillier than South Texas, a denim jacket is always a classic. And you can wear it on. If you're inside, actually put your arms through it, or you could just drape it over your shoulders for a little visual interest if you're outside. It also has the added benefit if you're wearing something sleeveless or your shoulders are exposed, gives you a little actual physical SPF across your shoulders and your back. Item number 3 is an open front shirt or an unbuttoned shirt. These are not the bulky, unflattering shackets, that trend that is still holding on. This is more of a way to add a pop of color, a little bit of personality to your outfit, add a little bit of a print, or in the case of a Tencel or Chambray button-down shirt, it's a more summer-friendly alternative to the denim jacket that I just mentioned. And there's all sorts of ways to style an open front shirt. You could just wear it open, you could roll up the sleeves, you could do a little tie at the waist and leave most of it open. There's some really fun ways to button the bottom and make it look a certain way. I will link down under this number to a few Instagram reels that I've found that have demonstrated how to do it. Have I mastered it? No, I have not. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, but I'm going to let people who have mastered it show you how to do that. So definitely check the description box for that. I personally love the idea of the Chambray Tencel version of a button front shirt for summertime. I love throwing it on over a tank, over a maxi dress especially. It gives me the look of a denim jacket without the weight and the warmth of a denim jacket. Number 4 is a little bit outside the box, but bear with me. a handbag, specifically a crossbody bag. Now this is for an outfit where you're going to be outside or you're going to have your purse with you the whole time. So just think about this. If you are wearing especially like a monochrome top and pant or a longer maxi or midi style dress that's all one color, you're just one straight column of color. And sometimes adding a belt for some people could cut you off in the wrong place and either make you look too short or too long in one part of your body. Or maybe you're just really self-conscious about your midsection. If you put on a crossbody belt, it goes from shoulder to hip, it is a great way to break up all of that one column of color. It elongates the body because it's not just a short straight line, it's a longer vertical line, so it can actually make you look taller and slimmer. And of course, you can tailor the tone of the crossbody bag more casual, more formal. Maybe it's a raffia bag, it's a beachier look, so it adds just another level of personality to the outfit. And of course, it's obviously functional because you have all your stuff with you. On to number 5, and that is a belt. Now, I know I just said that a belt can cut some people off, so just tailor this to your body style and your personal preferences. But for the most part, it's a great way to add that third layer to your outfit without really adding anything to it as far as bulk, weight, warmth, etc. You can go with more of a skinny belt that blends in with your whole outfit, so it's just a really subtle third layer. Or you could go with a whole statement thing and make it a whole feature of your outfit. You can pick a material that adds a little more flavor of the season, like a woven or a raffia belt. And it is another way to just style something you've worn a million times before. My favorite example is this gauze dress that I love to wear just full length, unbelted. It's easy breezy, very lightweight, perfect for super warm weather. And then say I want to dress it up a little bit. Maybe I'm going out to dinner with my husband. It's a date night, whatever. Throw on this particular adjustable skinny belt, which I love and comes in so many colors. And it's an all new dress. And if you want to combine a few layers, a look I really like is a very lightweight, more tailored linen blazer over, say, a skirt or a dress, and then you add a belt on top of that. It's a look we see a lot in the fall and winter over more traditional blazers. You can easily carry that into the summer as well, as long as you pick a blazer that is really lightweight linen or cotton. The 6th idea on how to add a third layer to your outfit is a statement necklace. Not like this little itty bitty one I have going on here, although I do get a lot of questions about this necklace, so I'll be sure to link it towards the bottom of the description box. It says what I'm wearing. It'll talk about the makeup I have on, my earrings, everything you can see in the screen that I'm not necessarily talking about. So the statement necklace is definitely making a comeback for the season, although has it ever really disappeared? It changes from trend to trend. So back in the teens, let's say, the statement necklace was the Kendra Scott rain necklace. Any of those necklaces with a really long chain and a pendant, kind of your midsection. I have a huge collection of those. Yes, I'm hanging on to them. I am waiting for that trend to come right back around. I will be so ready for it. But in the meantime, the current trend for a statement necklace is either lots of layers of big stones or interesting chunky pieces. The classic version of that would be a multi-strand turquoise necklace. That's something that goes with everything year round. Of course, I'm a little bit biased living in Texas. We love rodeo down here, so it's always great for a rodeo country concert, but it's a great look even to dress up a basic white button-down blouse, a pair of shorts, a pair of pants. Throw on that statement necklace. It is a visual point for other people to look at. It adds just something. Think about sort of the more classic, cool summer looks, a white tank, a pair of just easy breezy linen wide leg pants, and then that multi-strand turquoise necklace. It's a classic summer look. If that's not your thing, another version I've been seeing a lot, I'm sure we've all been seeing the same thing, is just layers of different necklaces, like this little tiny gold necklace, and then maybe a thicker choker level one, and then another one layered underneath, and another one layered underneath that, all just different styles and textures of gold. So you're not having to buy one necklace, you can have multiple ones. I've also seen some necklaces that are sold to look like they are 3 or 4 separate necklaces, but they are one. I will link to what I've been finding and loving down below under this number. And I also want to link to something that's been a savior for me. I love the idea of layering a few necklaces, but they always get really tangled up. And I have the single version of it. Basically what it is a magnetic clasp that you attach to each end of the necklace, and then boom, I don't have to unhook it every single time I want to take it on or off. Well, they sell this option in multi-hook options, so you can hook several necklaces to each end of it, and then they're just perfectly layered and separated, and they never get mixed up. It is a lifesaver if you're trying to achieve that layered look in a functional way. And then the last way to add a third layer to your outfit that does give me a little bit of a chuckle is a scarf. And the reason it gives me a little bit of a chuckle is because it's currently a trend that's circled around I don't know how many times in my lifetime. At 52, I've seen this one come around several times. I'm glad I've hung on to the scarves that I have. So there are several ways to add a scarf to your outfit to look a little more modern, not to mimic a trend that's already out of date. And by out of date, I mean it was a big trend right around when I was about to get married. So mid to late 90s, we don't want to necessarily emulate that look. What I'm seeing now, similar but slightly different, is tied around the neck at a little jaunty angle, especially the bandana print. Country and Western inspired pieces are very much on trend, but this works for any scarf. The trend version that I'm seeing right now that I do not recommend, I personally don't love it, but y'all do what you want to do, is where they're wearing it like a sarong over a pair of pants. I appreciate the effort, I just don't love the execution. I do still like the idea of threading a longer scarf through your belt loops on a pair of pants and tying it in a little bow, or using it as a belt on a maxi or midi dress. Or if you want to add that scarf as a third layer, but you are just not comfortable tying it around your neck or anywhere else on your body, if you're going to be carrying your handbag around with you as an accessory to your outfit, you can wrap it around the handle or tie it in a little bow on the handle of your bag, and I'm going to say that counts as a third layer too. Why not? It's my channel. It's just fashion. There are no rules. So those are 7 ways for you to dress up your summer outfits, add a little bit of flair, a little bit of polish, in some cases a little more functionality as well. Do check the description box and the very first comment. It's pinned right there at the top of the comments for the actual links to all of these examples. And if you have ways to add a little bit more to your outfit for summertime, let's keep the conversation going. Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you had fun, you maybe learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.